So these are my ideas. They're different chemicals in containment units and other things at different scales, like organelles. And you gestate these at a fourth-dimensional time in this omniscience with dimensional expansionism on locality of particles or particulates at locales. And then I have a software for it and other stuff, channels, frequency channels, and other things. And then I have more these. So this is cocaine and meth to try to stimulate the brain and different neurons that you make. You stack them in groups like 8 at a time to try to slice in between. And this is Bluetooth to control the Bluetooth. And then another array. And this is a DMT smasher on neurons to give headaches and stuff, or psychedelic tweaks, and other things. And then this is a little robot arm system and a little motor to create electromagnetic frequencies in a little disk drive, that's circular, or playback sonic frequencies. So in this, I'll just show you my concepts of devices. That go with this. This is for the omniscience. It's crazy. You need 96 points to make it 8 tesseract, 3 axes. With volume, you know what I mean? Here's another one. This is for nanoscopic little nanobot concepts to be a little subsystem. You make and then you got more. The amazing Walt. And a nanobot manufacturing hub. There's a release valve on the bottom, and it uses rolls to print on a little square cube lattice. Lasers. Designed to hold petri dishes and other things too. And this. So what if you have something like this for space gear? So this is ion propulsion, and then you would have like ion engines. It lifts you up to a certain point. What I was trying to do is build like a spring step system, like kangaroo hop, to walk around faster, but have something like this to be in space and hover around multidimensionally, axially with it, and to lift you up higher to use like a sled in this little ion engine. Well, another concept I have is so these would be tools for the bacteriophages that you'd give sentience. You'd make them smarter and train them to synthesize better viromes for us. More apex type viromes with like the infinite expansion of the Hexaract that I was making out of the Hexaract with these. And then this would be like a little container for robot arms, and it'd propel itself or drill, you know what I mean? You'd give them little tools to manufacture things in the size of a Dyson sphere. So it'd be like a small little planetary system. And then you build up the probabilities with the time machine, with this time machine, and the future, which allows you to contact the past with this future concordance of backwave, you know what I mean? So with this backwave EMF from the transmedium of the Bluetooth and the speaker, yeah, through the arc. And then you triangulate that and you retrograde backstep in the software that I made to channel this with ions in surface area. So you'd have like the ion chamber channeling to this in 3 surface areas at the same time. But you'd have to calculate it properly. But how I'd calculate it is have something like this, 3 surface areas that are proper dimensionality for the Mandelbrot or the scale, pi circumference with volume and scale. To get the circumference of that. And the antimatter and matter versions, you'd have to do something like that. You'd try to put those together. Multiple ideas. Like this. Make this an injector. There's so many designs. But then I have a VSS mod for the Chrono Beam right here. So this is like a Chrono Beam with weapons, because they're going to do this secretly to you guys, which is a real weapon with backwave EMF and shit. And they control time, right? They control time in a paradoxical loop with bacteriophages and more. But this is what you'd do, right? You'd record it. This would be looking down on this, recording this, and be pointed at the person. I have better models of it. It's basically doing what this is doing in a grouping of them. And I was going to try to find out if there's, with that, if there's some way to be able to step out the 4th dimensionality. Here's another invention I got. right here. The designs that I've modified. I modify some people's stuff into some other stuff though. Like this. So this would be like the Hesserect. No, this would be injecting. So you get rid of. So what I was trying to do is design a multi-combat system, a multi-system. So these are antennas and channels. And then you would not have these on, these little Gao rifles, but you'd have the air tanks for these, or you would, because you'd pressurize them through the flesh, and this would be LED incapacitors to inject nanobots into you. So what this nanobot's meant to do, this one is meant to bring the stuff to this. And this is a little LED. So you'd have multiple little LEDs in a little coolant chamber, and you would burn on the inside of this, burn out with this in the hydrolysis the bad chemicals or materials, or you'd attach chitin to them with this little DNA clamp. You'd attach chitin to them, or the little injector, and you'd pulse width modulate them, inflate them to death, with, you know what I mean, somehow, or something like that. What I was saying is, like, that's what you try to do. It'd be a larger organelle, just like this one would be for bones, and then I have another one for flesh within this, and on DNA, and a little mini UFO. And then I got the coding for some of this and this. But what if you could cure ailments with it? This is something too, I think. Oh yeah, it's that. But I was just wondering, these ideas. It's like hydrolysis recycling. No, I'm not. I'm really not insane, which is crazy. But here's another little CNC concept to make nanoscopic. And then you'd have a tractor beam on the mini UFO to induct them to the position. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's some of my concepts that I have. I had a perfectly good circuit generation thing that I was gonna make passive income from by farming it, bit farming it for patents from circuits I make. but somebody hacked that and took it down and stole it. And then my autoconscriptor and some other stuff got stolen. My consciousness engine, that was the revolving tesseract and toroids in time to time check it, to run the nanobots, which are designed to be in that type of system of sorts. You know what I mean? They took it down. And I was going to run it right here on this Pi with Unity. Because I need a main mover and then a updated position with a probability check, which is that right there with the probability anchor. Yeah. With this. I haven't tested if this high voltage generator will work. It should. Well, I already have. It does work, but I'm saying everything should work right here. It's all good. But that's basically what it is. It's a bunch of nanobot concepts, but what if you built up the probability, guys? So right? So this guy. So this stuff, but with the recording. So you multiply that to the higher amount with the bacteriophages, and you create Dyson sphere with bacteriophages. I just typed before. You make something like this, and say you have a fusion reactor or some shit on the inside in the water, and you're doing hydrolysis at the same time. You make a bacteriophage superorganism. You could make a virus and reprogram it to what we want it to do, and make it a little culture, and make little farms or little pooling areas of farming for different types of upgrades in time, with so much probability stacked on the bacteriophages to begin with, and then multiplying. What if you could do with that with locality, dimensional expansionism, and zero-sum mathematics, okay? And you become probabilistically unintangible to this reality or any other at a certain level past, built up for a while, past like 12 dimensions, so you know you can make it past 13 in the other dimensions or hyperbolic dimensions with a squaring effect or a hexarax squaring effect, with these, and pre-prep it to be the size of like a galaxy for the planet, and this background microwave radiation for the solar system or something like that, larger, more methodically planned. That's what I mean. And anchors to the probability and torsions to retroactively backstep with the triangulated position in time to evolve them faster, but with our technologies and what we want our viromes to be.